So the future of insurance is probably not as different as a lot of people are either hoping for or expecting, and we don't necessarily view that as a bad thing. I think that in a lot of cases the movement is well on its way towards what a lot of people are considering to be the future, and in a lot of ways what you're looking at is a continued shift in the direction of higher quality, in the direction of personalization. And so when you look at digital products that are currently offered within insurance, and you look at where those are headed, we've already seen a movement in the direction of high quality. And this is something that we expect to continue. One of the easiest ways to sort of gauge this is to compare the user experience and really the overall customer experience with some of these digital products that currently exist against other similar products from competing industries or just other industries in general. And traditionally, from the consumer standpoint, the expectations from their insurer were not always incredibly high. In fact, it was sort of expected that in a lot of cases, the experience that I may have with my insurer versus maybe some other digital experiences I have, whether that's with my bank or with a retailer, et cetera, was kind of expected to be lower. And now what we're seeing is that the quality of these products has raised to a point where it's now caught up to where many other industries are. And this is something that we expect to see happen. And so as you see insurtechs enter the market that are really born out of this idea of improving customer experience, as you see data become a bigger and bigger player in the digital experience and what's being presented, what we should expect is that these products are going to be universally accepted as on par with many other industries. As far as the people that are using these products and how they're impacted, really, when we talk about those that are insured, you're going to see a number of changes, but the largest one by far will continue to be this movement towards personalization. So this comes in a lot of different flavors, but what we've already seen is that insurers are moving towards products and experiences that allow the insured to really feel like the experience that they're having with digital products, whether that's mobile, whether that's on the web, and with customer service scenarios, are really supporting the idea that they are unique, that they are working with a vendor that really understands them, and that they are being provided with services that are commensurate with the amount of money that they're paying and the way that money is changing hands. And as this continues to improve, what you're really going to find is that people are going to, they're actually going to sort of increase this bond that they have with their insurers. And we expect this to be true whether folks start to use multiple companies for different parts of their insurance needs, or whether they actually kind of go down the consolidation path and continue to use a single provider across a number of different entities. On the topic of risk and how that fits in with some of the advancements in technology within insurance, you're really looking at two categories that have always meant a lot to this market, and B, have taken just giant steps in the last couple of years and by no means are done growing in terms of capability. So the first is the ability to be accurate in assessing risk and then in translating that risk to the insurance products that you offer. And the second piece of that is really how dynamic you can be with reassessing and sort of reevaluating where you are within those profiles. On the topic of accuracy, this has always been at the heart of really what insurers do. And the ones that do it best are the ones that have stuck around for quite some time. What technology has brought to the forefront, especially in the last couple of years, and really where data is going to continue to play a giant role, is this idea that not only does the insurer feel more comfortable with the accuracy of the risk profiles that they put together, but that actually translates to the digital products and even the insurance products that are being offered to the end consumer. And so when those two things go together, what you find is that higher confidence in the ability to assess risk and really be accurate about it, combined with experiences that can immediately sort of take that into consideration in how it's being translated to the insured. That's really the best case scenario. And it's one that companies are really starting to march toward as that technology grows. On the other side, looking at the dynamic nature of when risk is assessed and what that means. Traditionally, there have been cases, and frankly, it's been the norm, to where when an insurance product is locked, it is effectively locked and loaded for some amount of time. And whatever happens after that, good, bad, or indifferent, is basically accepted by the insurer as part of the rollout and something that they will, at best be able to reevaluate at some point, with the idea of looking at future products and where they can find lessons learned. What's happening now, though, is that there really is no concept of just launch and forget it. The launch of a new insurance product, the launch of new capabilities within digital products, those really just mark step one on a never-ending set of improvements and adjustments, all of which is being data-driven and all of which is able to really change on a dime. And so whether you're talking about new products or going after a net new customer base, or whether you're talking about existing relationships, existing products, and the way that those continue to sort of change and are offered up to the insured as options for them to adjust on their side, all of this supports this idea of personalization and this idea of uniqueness without sacrificing some of the risk profiles that the companies themselves want to make sure that they are maintaining to keep their businesses safe.
Well, the future of insurance from a product perspective is going to be completely ad hoc. In other words, you're going to be looking at products being developed at the speed of the strategy. So what you're going to see is multiple work streams working together in concert in a continuous delivery or continuous integration scenario. When it comes to the ecosystem, it's going to be very, very optimized in order for them to do this, and it's going to be very customer centric. So therefore, the design of the products or the offerings is going to be looking from the customer first, and then they're going to work backwards. From a people standpoint, the teams that are going to be working on these products and offerings are going to be very cross-functional. So you can look at it almost as like the tiger teams, where they're going to be working together, trying to get multiple initiatives completed. And then from a risk perspective, risk is going to be much, much easier to manage. And when you look at risk, you're going to be looking at three buckets: the technical risk, the risk when it comes to data, as well as the risk when it comes to the culture. So when you're looking at the management of the risk, it's going to be a part of that overall digital transformation strategy, and it's going to be monitored by data analytics and the various analytical tools. The people that are going to deliver, or the organizations that are delivering the products and the services, has to be a part of that strategy team.